What is up, guys? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Bold M1 versus the Moto G8 Play. These are kind of interesting to compare because they both have the Helio P70 processor as well. Now on the G8 you have a plastic body which doesn't feel as premium as the Bold M1. Of course, you can't really beat glass and metal with plastic. And you also have a triple camera setup on here, fingerprint scanner. You have the power button volume rocker on the bottom. You have the USB Type-C, the speaker, and up top you do still have the headphone jack. Now the Bold M1's fingerprint scanner is in the display, which is really nice. And when you turn both phones to the front, you're greeted with a full display, no notch, and you're greeted with a display with a water drop notch. Now both phones have a little like color shifting thing to them. As you can see with the Bold, you can see kind of little rainbow colors in them, which looks pretty cool. And then on the Moto G8 Play, you can see it starts to turn like a pinkish purplish at the bottom, which I think is really cool as well. Now starting off with the display for the Bold, it is an AMOLED display. It is a 6.4-inch display, 1080 by 2340 with a 403 for the PPI. Now the Moto G8 Play is an IPS display, a 6.2-inch display, and it's a 720p display, 720 by 1520 with 271. So the Bold M1 has a much better display. It's an AMOLED. It has really nice dark colors. The pixel density is higher, so text on the display look just a bit sharper. So overall, I would go with the Bold M1 for the display, and also it does not have the little water drop notch. Some people actually don't like the pop-up camera that the Bold M1 has. Some people prefer the safer way with the water drop notch, but that's really preference. Now when you're watching videos, you will be able to tell from 720p to 1080p, and you will be able to tell from an AMOLED display to an IPS display. It just looks higher quality. The colors are a little bit better. The blacks are deeper, and overall it just looks better. So 1080p is definitely the way to go, especially if you're going to pay the same price for the Moto G8 Play. Now let's go ahead and run a speaker test starting with the G8 Play. I'm not gonna lie, they both pretty much sound the same, almost identical. Now let's go ahead and run down some more specs. So you have Android 9 on the Bold M1. It is going to receive Android 10, the Helio P70 processor with the Mali G72 GPU. You also have 128 gigabytes of storage with 4 gigs of RAM with micro SD support up to 128 gigs. Now you have Android 9 on the Moto G8 as well, and you also have hopefully it'll get Android 10, but you also have that Helio P70 processor, the Mali G72 GPU. You have micro SD support up to 512 gigabytes, and you also have 32 gigabytes of storage, but you only have 2 gigabytes of RAM. So that was the whole thing with this phone. 2 gigabytes of RAM is just absolutely nuts for almost going into 2020, because this phone was just released. So that's pretty crazy. Now let's go ahead and just run a speed test real quick, and we're gonna start off with YouTube. 3, 2, 1. I think the G8 beat it. Let's go ahead and try the Play Store. 3, 2, 1. Identical. Let's go ahead and try Google Maps. 3, 2, 1. It's pretty much identical, so they're pretty much the same. Let's go ahead and try a game. Temple Run 2. 3, 2, 1. Look like the G8 beat it. And this one did have an update available, so I don't know if that affected it. Now let's go ahead and start off with the camera. So you have a 16 megapixel camera on the Bold M1. You do have a 5 megapixel depth sensor, no ultra wide on the Bold M1, and you do have that pop-up selfie camera, which I will show you. Pops up just like that. And on the Moto G8 Play, you have a triple camera setup, a 13 megapixel wide, a 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So don't let the multiple cameras fool you. The Moto G8 Play's cameras are actually kind of bad. We get into some photo comparisons. As you can see, it's just like night and day. And if you use Gcam on the Bold M1, it's really like night and day. So hopefully Gcam comes to the G8 Play, but it adds. So I took the makeup off. It's just like the processing is just so bad. You know how it adds the makeup? I took that off, and it just kept softening the images on the front facing camera. Again, right here, when you zoom in, you lose a lot of detail. The color accuracy is off on the G8 Play. So Motorola is not really known for cameras. They've always been pretty bad with their cameras, but I would expect it to get better as the phones come out, but it's just pretty much the same as, like, what was it, the E5 Play? That was like $100 phone. Here again we have the picture of the trees, and as you can see, it just the Bold M1 takes better photos, better color, keeps more detail. So it's a shame because you got that triple camera setup, but you do have that ultra wide camera on the Moto G8 Play, so you can take advantage of that to get more in the shot, which is really nice. So both these phones are missing NFC. Like I said, the fingerprint scanner is on the front. Now they issued an update and fixed the built-in fingerprint scanner on the Bold M1. As you can see, it works very, very nice now. Physical fingerprint scanners have always worked really nice, so you just unlock it, it's almost instant. Now the thing that sucks about the Bold M1 is you don't have face unlock, so you can't use that pop-up camera to kind of show off. You can only use it for the photos, of course. And face unlock on the G8 Play works pretty great. I usually don't have any issues with it. I'm trying to do it through the camera, but as you can see, almost instant. Now here's where the Bold M1 shines. Now it does have wireless charging, so you can put this on a 10-watt wireless charger and be able to charge your device, and that is just awesome for $200 to be able to wirelessly charge. I don't even have that on my 7 Pro. I don't have that on a lot of my budget smartphone, so that's very unique for the Bold. And you also have fast charging with 18 watts. A 3,500 milliamp battery will get you through about 6 to 7 hours of battery life, depending on if you're a light or heavy user. Now on the Moto G8 Play, you actually have a 4,000 milliamp battery, and since it's not pushing a high-res screen, you can get about a day and a half of battery life out of here, which is very, very nice. So I really like both phones. The thing is about the Bold M1, a lot of people aren't going to know about this phone. That's why I continue to make videos about it, because a lot of people are going to see Motorola and they're going to see the triple camera setup, and they're going to automatically think it's like, better than this one. And they're going to see, that's a Motorola phone, so it's a brand that they know. A lot of people don't know who Bold is, and they're not going to be in carrier stores from what I know, so they're not going to be on Metro and Cricket and all those carriers. This will make its way, so this is a phone a lot of people are going to see. That's why I picked it up. But obviously the Bold M1 is the better choice, and if you want to buy, be sure to hit up the description down below, and I will check you guys out on the next one.